Hey, you need to display already.
It's fine, my big league. How can you do that?
I say hero, tweet yamunang.
Let me a hero gargan.
Oh, no, tweet yamunang.
Oh, I don't know.
You know, I was in the Mundas to one.
Yeah,
it's so hard,
so hard. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah. We're happy for you.
Yeah, well, very excited. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been
It's been a minute.
Hey, it's been quite some time. Salary upload is showing. I think about a month ago.
Yeah, those ones.
Hours.
Hours.
We just put special episodes.
Oh, yeah, it's been a minute.
But yeah, another main show we haven't uploaded since I think a month or so.
Yeah. Maybe but we back.
I'm sure people get it.
Are we back, man?
Hey. Anyway, welcome to the Counsel with me, Mpho, McFul and Bokang. BK in the background. And today we're going to Kambo. Basically. So I don't know, should I introduce him or really introduce himself? No, you should just introduce yourself. Tell our viewers your name and yeah, you know.
Okay, thank you guys for hosting me today.
Yes.
I love you guys.
Yeah, man.
My name is David. I'm David Moseri. I believe most people knows this name.
Yeah.
It is everywhere.
Yeah.
I consider myself a celebrity.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm David Moseri. I was born and bred here. So I went to school. I started my schooling around here from the beginning to the end. So I'm Topaning actually. Actually is broad.
Topaning.
Yes.
Specifically.
Exactly. So I'm a homeboy.
Yeah. I'm sure about the from Dubai. People in the UK watching us. Yeah, go with a date, man. Not a joke.
That's
not a joke. Someone was in the comments was like, hey, Boa village all the way from UK.
You know.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
The importance of
besides like a genuine podcast, just speed. I haven't seen like a genuine podcast, just speed. But I shall maintain a issue.
In terms of what?
When you want to agree on
no, I think the problem is going to be when you have to accommodate other tribes. So you find that you're purely Sepedi and stuff. It's going to be a problem for us.
But we mix again.
Yeah, most was to long one say so. Most to me like say so.
Yeah, right in English.
I love that confidence. I love that confidence. You know, with confidence, everything is possible.
Exactly.
So basically, but what's come back along today I'm like, you know, all over. All over.
First time, we saw me the camera, the light, the sound, the mic, everything.
And it speaks to how a woman can trust me with her heart, man. If I'm
operating, it's always about women with you.
I think as one, we should be not even as humans. We are here for each other. Yeah. One way or another.
We are here for each other.
Yeah. Exactly. And we need each other as much as we may try and fool ourselves through social media.
They were created for us.
Yeah.
They were created for us. So we live for each other.
Listen, I'm straight to the ebile ke na le motho mo ke na le ena ka motlhong re ke nyaka go botsa question ya gore how possible is it that a person can split their heart and love more than one people? Romantically, so. You think it's possible, BK?
I agree. Nto mo sa tsorile mo gore le ge re ka ba bana ba motho le ge re ka ratana ka mogare rena, we will never love each other ka mokgwa go lekana. Yes. Is it something you concur with? With those sentiments, it's possible to love batho on a romantical note. A good site to reference is a polygamy. Again, no matter the reasons why people got into it, there was an element of love that came to play. So now I've always thought, unless now, because I agree these mentalities get inherited from say Africa Sahale.
That's different from I don't know. I guess like kurtabaka gore go botlhokwa go possible go kgonega na that I love you and mean it to different people.
I believe it's possible.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer that when you get into a relationship, you go with your 100%. But once you enter into the relationship, you share the 50%. So you give your 50% space remains with you, and the other 50 you give to the partner. So I believe that if somebody goes for multiple partners, it means that they split the other 50%. Like they give them 20 Yes, I think it's like that. And I believe that a person who goes for multiple partners, they have a problem because it means that you are lacking something. It's either love or it could be sexual
desires.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't necessarily narrow it to sometimes these things are a product of desire. And desire is a problem.
If you're putting it like that, okay, David, I understand what he's saying. Agree, he's saying that let's say you have a cup. That cup, it's full of love, right?
Yes.
And you choose to give a certain person a percentage of it and remain with, and then you choose to give another one a certain percentage and remain with. And then you can genuinely say, I love you 10%.
You don't stay away from the figures.
That's what I'm saying.
Stay away from the figures.
But I think it amounts to, I don't think you can, personally, I don't think it's possible that you love different people at the same time. It reaches to an element, you love this one genuinely, but you're with another one for convenience purposes. Maybe more. Shorter, in terms of body, she doesn't have the body that you like. In terms of how she communicates, she doesn't have the communication you like, but she's still partly the ideal woman that you want to be with.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens.
Hey, I'm just saying that's my thought.
Yeah.
Or people who find themselves more I have multiple partners or I want multiple partners, and they're doing it secretively. They want to fill an empty void.
Okay, it's a problem here.
It explains the problem, but not fully, partially explaining the problem. The other problem could be that you go with the 100%, and you give your partner more than what you give yourself. So if you do that, you run dry. Understand?
Yes.
And then you lack love, which is why you go for other partners. This is the other reason why I said it's a problem.
So does it happen when you have your 100% and you invest? Let me not say invest. Give to this particular person, and then it so happens that the person whom you are giving your 100 to does not reciprocate. Is it then that you go out, look for someone that's going to make you feel like at least
the missing,
I think that's BK. That's I'm not saying.
Hey, let's go into this reference.
I go to share the most of the times where you find that you choose to love this person, they don't give back the same amount of love to you.
Yeah.
You decide to go out but not leave this person. Idoba issue ya gore motho mongwe o struggle from ntwela gore I can't leave this person. Since I can't leave them, even with this situation now I get satisfied. I still can't leave her, but there's certain things that I want to get, so I'm going to get them outside.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard for the sake ya ngwana.
For the sake ya ngwana, let's go out.
Yeah. Because there was a couple very trend recently. Mpho and Fortune, I think. I don't remember their names properly. So
those are the names.
They never figured out Dregana. They later came and said, we'll do whatever we have to do for the sake of Yamwa. So I'm thinking, well, maybe it was a Rina. Since we go away, David. We feel like we owe a family structure to them. So I'm going to comment deeply about it because if you look at it,
but let's talk about this saying our hurt people hurt others, right? I'm sure usually when you come with genuine love for someone, honestly coming to this person, or I honestly love this person, and then you decide to be vulnerable, you open up, you love this person genuinely, and then it so happens that they don't give in as much. Even though abona or moki arat, yena skafa the same amount of energy and love that this person is coming with to them. Fear of.
I think Brad is right.
Yeah.
I've recently not like recent but somewhere along the line, I got into a relationship with someone who recently got hurt. And I was at the stage. I am still in that state. A state of giving myself to a woman, loving a woman appropriately, like I should have. And I think a week or 2 weeks down the line into the relationship, she was like, "Ish, man, this is not working for me." And part of her reasons were part of the reasons was Naki too much. I was deep into it. And yeah, she recently got out of a relationship and she fears she might be subject to the same treatment she got from the previous relationship. Understandably so. But for me it was a heartbreaking situation because I had vowed to myself from now on, I'm gonna settle, I'm gonna be a decent guy and all of that. But it wasn't
settled for a wrong person.
I don't know.
It is a wrong person.
Well, it is. The fact that
within a week.
You imagine,
man.
Within a weekend, a person is saying for that reason, they're saying to you, you are what? Clingy.
Clingy, okay, you know.
What is that?
Amen.
Rata only genuine or rata. Vulnerable. I'm opening up.
Man, I've never done that to
and then the person says you are too clingy. They break up with you. Man, good riddance. Good riddance.
Yeah.
Keep bad news. She wasn't.
Yeah.
Hey, so you understand? Because it would have been even a pity if she had you drag the relationship where investor whereas she wasn't giving as much as you.
Yeah, she mentioned something like that, or it would have been said, or not for like 2 years, and I am still skeptical about where the relationship would end. So, but I understood. Sometimes we karma.
I think Jerry, I had the same thing, but in my case, it was this girl got advices from her friend. We were still in school. We were in high school. I was actually in high school. She was still in primary.
Grade 6, 7.
Yeah, grade 7. What happened was that I met the lady. I spoke to her. I poured my heart out. I told her that, you know what? You take my breath out, and I'm here to be with you. So she like immediately, she didn't even want the time. You know, in our days, the girls would say, let me think about it. She didn't do that. She agreed to
because
that.
she
knew what she wanted, and she loved me. Like, she fell for me. So then she said, okay, fine, we're doing this. And then days went by. I went, checked her, we chatted. We connected. So a few days down the line, I think a week later, she came back to say, David, you know what? Nah, I'm sorry. Hey. Exactly. I'm very good with investigation, I should say. I went out to find out what is wrong. Why did she do it? And I found out that she was advised by her friends, because she left me for some guy. Well, I grew up in a very poor background. So I should women really that, you know, that poor. We didn't have much. And then her friends advised her,
imagine on a grade 7.
So she left me for this guy and one from a rich family. And then I went out, found out that she was advised by her friends that
just don't know
I understand. So sometimes it's the problem is not you are not the problem. It's the company that you keep. Okay. So going to point hurt people hurt. It's fear, and then when you and anger. I get it's like you experienced something, and then everything it's finally until we experience it's usha so something like that you feel that thing again. So it becomes that because the person you left hurt you, and then you feel like everybody is going to hurt you. So now what do? You are angry. When you are angry, what do? You want to hurt them before they hurt you.
You know, I had something where like those anonymous confessions people make again. So this lady came out and said she got HIV and AIDS. HIV at some point in her life, right? Out of the very same anger, she went around spreading it to people while she didn't even communicate or she was infected and diagnosed HIV and AIDS. So the anger I can really pick out that scenario when sometimes they act in a inhumane way.
This lady was saying on some podcast that growing up she got raped, and then every chance she got, she would sleep with men, go report rape. Sleep with men, go report rape. On like as much as she could.
She was broken. It's demotivated.
But I just think BK, that people don't allow themselves enough time to heal and move away from those things in their previous relationships. So most of the times we are too quick to jump from one relationship to another, because to get over someone, get under someone.
It's not working.
You forget one whole by jumping
but it's
to
not
another.
true.
Is it?
It's not true, because we live on a relationship. We talk about a relationship painful about hating. You want it to be safe.
Yeah.
And the moment you want it to be safe, it means that you are not going to invest in the relationship as the original
You
person.
will not go as yourself.
You're definitely going to go wearing the shield of armor that will protect you from whatever that looks like the previous
What you
experience.
went
ke ntongwe o ile wa bolela gore tlheng re ke ithutile this and this from my previous relationship. More like one can just hold back a healer.
Yeah.
Because when I got to this relationship, 2 minutes I was like, get detox everything against Warisha. That included, Yeah. So I was like, I'm ready to be straight.
Fear ya go paralyze. Like ya go paralyze. You don't move. Like you stay, you remain where they left you. You stay here, or I'm not moving. I stand here. Whoever wants me must come to me. Like, understand?
Yes.
If we imagine or you stand here, you want to see everything that's
Maintain
coming.
your own
You're
tempo.
already to fight. Or if he comes,
what do you call hypervigilance?
exactly.
You are always on the lookout for anything that looks like that thing that hurt you.
So now your partner decides to go to town without telling you.
Yeah.
And then home phone la mosegareng.
I see.
Umoka
Yeah.
teropong like
Yeah.
o kwa le shata mo be go ne le shata umoka ke teropong, and then you're like, we don't meet somebody else.
Yeah.
And then
The
you
insecurities.
build that thing. You lose a trust in that person. So obviously this is something negative.
Yeah.
Or you're already losing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So tomorrow it's something else. The other day it's something else. Well, now at the end of the day, you are going to do what? You're going to try to defend. You're going to try to protect. You're going to try to hide, and you are going to try to play safe.
Yeah.
And then with playing safe, ke le bota ntwewe.
Nna re ke be so BK ke a got the safety issue. The moment the relationship is safe for another part, why is a relationship? Because the safe relationship bo tlhalosa gore ge ke shalla ke re ke safe. Go rara ke a lokela
As I should.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why the moment it's safe for me, that relationship is not good for long term. I really feel.
Go push nako.
Go push now because I have a lot because re safe BK. We are basically saying it's safe. Whatever she does, I don't care. I can just safely walk out and I won't be hurt.
Yeah.
It actually means or when only safe you'll go out and do things with other people because you don't care about.
You know, Ntowe Bolelang, I once did it, ne? And I was later labeled a yes boy. A yes boy in the sense, whatever that would happen in the relationship, I would be okay with it. I would be like, whatever. And the person saw it as, I avoid conflict. I don't want to face issues relating to the relationship. And I was labeled as that.
I'm just going to predict that that character, that trait, whatever you want is okay. I'm just going to hope that we deal more like an because if it's something that exists within him and is okay with doing it, we're going to have issues.
No, like I said, you should divorce everything that related to Koraloka Kudu. The relationship I can't help but use the word Obaizisha. I was so invested. I would literally this is wrong. I think it's wrong. I would literally say, this is my password. If you feel like there's a need for you to affirm your I think Gladys was like, hey, this guy is gonna be dangerous for me. Probably that's why she ended it.
No, you blundered.
Yeah. Like Okara was desperate.
Yeah.
I didn't agree.
So it came out to her as a weakness, like this guy's weak. He already wants to show me his phones and so he's gonna request mine, and then he's gonna go through my. I'm not gonna have my privacy and stuff. So she was afraid that it's going to be difficult for her in that relationship because she didn't envision herself going through such, like giving her partner the password phone
within
like
days.
Exactly.
Okay, but okay, here's the thing.
No, Mara, you put her in your corner.
I know. When I reflected, I was like, you know what? I think more like a lucky day. There's no better way to explain it. As much as she's the one who left me, I had a very huge role. Overwhelm me. Yeah. I think I had mistaken pure intentions alone. I think that's what I did. So I want to understand from you, Majens. How do you balance between to genuinely and deeply, right? And creating that I don't want to call it a safe space, but maintaining that
it's okay to say safe space. It's okay.
That manly line, or as a man, I don't go this far. As a man, I don't do this. Because that's the thing I feel like I didn't prep my mind for like a relationship. Or as much as I may not cheat, but there are certain things I shouldn't expose of myself. I later realized after the breakup, woman now honesty too much, man. And I feel like you can't cancel now.
I spoke about this on my Facebook. I made a video. I remember I was running in the morning, and then I said, you must teach your people, the people around you, that you have boundaries. Because if you become the yes person, people will always come to you expecting the yes, and the day you decide to say no, it's gonna break everything. Like why me? Like it's like if it's making like Mpho never said no to me. Why today I don't know. Something is wrong. Why understand?
Password if you password then
or something is there.
Okay.
So or you have to set your boundaries. You must know your boundaries. You must know your limits. You must draw the line. So people must know, or when they get to this line, we don't cross here. And now you know, or I don't cross this line. I stay here. I don't go beyond. I understand.
No, I do understand.
So you must set your boundaries.
Your limits. Still have any Dr. Fee.
I did those.
You understand? But what's our negative? You should never at any point in that process compromise yourself. Like don't ever in that process your Kiamarata, she ticks all the boxes. You must never compromise yourself, because you deserve the same love, the same amount of love you as a person, you deserve it back. You understand? So because this thing ya ratana BK, it is supposed to be as reciprocal as possible. It has to be an exchange. Also, na le exchange the goods. Omunga offer something for something. If you buy gifts, I will expect the gift from her, but you expect the same guest from her. To say, my love language is physical touch, my love language is buying gifts, but her love language should be something. It can't be that you are with someone, you have a love language, she doesn't have a love language. Because you're going to have issues. I do things for her, she doesn't do things for me. I communicate my love to her, she doesn't communicate her love to me. You understand? You as a person, as much as women are emotional beings, you as a man are also an emotional being. You don't want to be feminine with a woman who can't be feminine with you.
Nice.
You understand?
Nice.
That's the balance.
That's the line.
That's the line.
But
so point when you enter into a relationship, you bring 100% love, and then you take the 50, you give the person, you remain with the 50. You don't give them more.
Self-love, actually. Self-love is that pool that you must never draw from.
Exactly. You must never draw from that
Exactly.
pool. That is why ke rile ka re o tlo ba le problem. Problem ya gona, it becomes if you give them more than the self-love. If you give them 51%, wa bona gore already you are lacking the 1%. So you're gonna go out looking for that 1% from somewhere.
Elsewhere.
Well, I understand. Yeah.
Right, I got you, man. I got you. Aster cut?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, I know that, but when you got to you go BK, I want us to discuss something. I get but according to me, each and every relationship has got to go through certain conversations. So I want to pose this question to you, Gary. What are the necessary conversations that each and every relationship must have that would make that relationship depend on?
Pillars of the relationship.
Yes. What conversations are necessary for a relationship to thrive?
I think for me, the most important one is money.
Okay.
The conversation
The
about
finance issue.
yeah, the conversation about money is very critical. In the sense of course there are stages to it. I can't really put them in the right chronological order, but if I were to try, would be communication.
Yeah.
The manner in which we communicate. There's something one spoke of for the livelihood patterns. Again, so if we are good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, those kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Let's be clear about that. Let's maintain that. Okay.
Yeah.
The second one is sex.
Yeah.
I'm very much interested in the sex life and the person I'm gonna be with. In fact, I usually try and tap into the sex conversations in our first official meetup. If keep on text.
That's important.
Yeah,
That's very important.
Yeah. So the third one will be money. If I'm in a relationship with a person and when I need financial constraints, I see I give up to 1,000 for no good reason. I don't do that. I would never do that again. I would rather give you money for I would conquer this and that. If I know that level and 10,000 I can make a plan for you. But I can't just give you like 100 rand take off per hour. No, I don't do that.
I hear you. But Brady, what do you think? What conversation must we have?
I can just say simply
Fuck his food.
Here is a cat.
Hey, this is a very huge inconvenience. But it happens. It happens especially when we are.
It shouldn't happen. It should never happen. How do you not see that? Can you not go anymore? Camera rolling. You may not. I can even see a thing. Camera rolling.
Camera what rolling?
What was rolling?
I didn't check how many minutes was
How many minutes are there now?
16.
On that one?
Yeah.
Fine.
Is it okay?
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Hope I didn't disturb the train of thought here. And that is
You.
What are we doing? We are doing that.
No, let's continue.
We should continue.
Record. Yes.
So that was a fault on my side.
Nah, it's fine.
Yeah, bona David Moseri akaholofela na ka pelo ga gagwe.
Nah.
O tlo mo time.
Please continue.
Yeah. Okay. I can talk of assertiveness. In a relationship, there must be transparency.
Yeah.
So you must say your heart. You must just say your mind. So when you are with your partner, you have to talk about everything and anything that will build the relationship. Yes. And your character must be like, you have to be able to express your needs. You have to be able to clearly and confidently open to your partner. And then one other thing could be the facing conflict.
Put it here.
Oh.
You get it.
I get it.
That's really
So you must not avoid conflicts. If you have to face something, I agree. As a person, you have your own needs and you have your own expectations. So you must let your partner know that, okay, baby, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. This is me, and you have to be open with them. One understand. So one other thing is benefits. So you must promote healthy relationships by it's normal, like the respect, the expressions, and listening to your partner to understand, not to respond. Like there is this thing, you listen to them so that you respond. So you must listen to understand so that you will be able to mutually resolve the issues that you are going through. And then coming to the finances, you have to be able to open up to your partner about money, about your problems, about everything that you go through on your life. Because again, you need their support. So you have to open up so that they can be able to support you. And then in that sense, when you know it's in trying times that you realize the true characters of your partner. So in order for you to realize that, you have to be able to talk to them so that you know my partner is supportive and
Then when it comes to, let's talk about you spoke about the issue of transparency. And you are dwelling too much on the issue of communication, being able to communicate with each other. What is it that we expect and what is it that we don't expect to happen in the relationship. And let's talk about, do people allow each other a platform to open up with each other and communicate? And if according to your observation, you feel like our society does not allow themselves this platform to communicate, what is it that can be done that makes people to get enough time with each other to just sit and talk about matters of their relationship? Which we are gonna BK back to, you remember on our last episode we spoke about going on dates, sitting down, eating at a restaurant, just completely being honest with each other. What are the things that we can do in a relationship that will give us a platform to talk about these things?
The way people treat you is how you train them to treat you.
Yes, exactly.
So you have to be the teacher of your expectations. So you teach people how they get to treat you. So our society, I think we don't have that platform. People don't talk. Like a relationship, I become this serious. Like now you can see how open I am. So once I sit down with my partner, I become a different person. Understand? So this picture culture
Yeah.
ye long gore yena don't know this. Like gore David is open, David can be this man. Well, I'm an alpha person, so when I am with people, I want to dominate. I want to dominate. Like they have to feel that I am there, and by so doing, I also give them the opportunity to be themselves. But I always make sure that I am heard. I make my point clear. One understand. So that's how the relationships should be. You have to be strong. Your partner must know you, must master you. They must master you. Like if you have a certain problem, it's able to deal with you around that.
No, this got me wondering. What are some of the green flags? Green flags, like
green lights.
Like as a man, you should be looking out all the Onyaka side. And I don't mean to disturb the train of thought. Come for very but it's important to go with a clear picture of what is it that you're
actually you don't, in as much as we say with talking and discussing issues, we don't discuss issues or talk in a vacuum.
Yes.
That simply means or you don't speak about things that do not have a background.
Interviews.
Or for example, I don't know or to solve you get it?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to say, green flags. You must know what are deal breakers for you, what are green lights for you in a person. What is it that you look for in a person? What is it that for you, if it happens, you won't like the person? Relationship survive. You, the one who is looking, should know those things. You understand? Of course, general knowledge, the basics, which is loyalty, reciprocity, support, and other things.
Love,
you get it. But in as far as others are concerned, I would say out of a box of 10, it's just 3 basic boxes that these ones, if you miss, they are not there in a relationship. Because a person who fails to love you, support you, take care of your heart, and other things still already basic, that person will never be able to meet your other,
needs.
Smaller needs. You get it?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to say, when I have your ideal person, know what you're looking for first, so that you will know when the red flags are there. Remember, red flag for me can be green flag for you. You get it? Hey, some of us, we look for body. Others don't care about body so long as you love that person. Other people look for financial stability. Other people look for there are other people are sapiosexual, so on and so forth. So it goes back to your personal preference.
No, I was coming to that your personal attributes, like what are you looking for? So beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So what you want is on you. So you know what you want, you meet this person. The reason we have dates, so you take the person on a date, you talk to them. When you get there, you ask the right questions which are leading you to what you want. Does she have what I want? And then you ask those questions. So when stuff like that. So it takes you to seeing or examining does she have the qualities that I'm looking for.
Yes.
So but if you are looking for physical appearance, then you just see
but the tricky part should be most of the times we allow society to dictate to us the type of people that we are supposed to date. Omolomo is an individual, and therefore that the person must be treated as an individual, including their needs and aspirations. Also goes into relationships and the type of people they want to date. You understand? Society says it's not right to date when you're not tattoo. It's not right to date when you're not so. But you find yourself, I'm attracted to bad girls. I'm attracted to girls but tattoo. That is you. And at the same time, you allow someone to say to you, but if I not tattoo, family. But it's not the person we're not. You understand? So I'm trying to say, are trying to avoid society dictating to us, but to balance and do a regular now. You get it?
Commitment of fire.
And you want to be satisfied with the person that you have picked. Oh, come down with I don't know, just rat.
So other people's judgment of me is none of my business.
Yes.
The important conversations that we need to have in a relationship.
Yeah.
But I want to give you mine, which I think they are necessary. The first one is responsibilities in a relationship. Responsibilities in a relationship. In as far as what roles do this man play, what role should this woman play in a relationship? You understand? Because it becomes difficult. Relationship I get my relationship. You understand? Because
Very important.
it's very much important. Or get over Motwa sent you treat the young or a Lee not about my carabel Kiafi or untreat a cow on at the same time. And then the second one year Sanjo like I get the conversation needs. What is it that for me as a person or as a man in a relationship, what is it that should be present as a determinant for the relationship success? I failure to do this, deal breaker.
Yes.
Deal breaker. My person should know that if I fail here and here and here,
It's shy.
Then at the same time, I should know why what. And then those are the conversations taken on our relationship. And then you working like equality. What determines equality in a relationship in as far as both the male party and the female party is concerned? Or let me just say both parties. Because there's people same
Evolution. Yeah.
King ye determining equality. Equality ka matlhakoreng ka moka. Sexually, financially, however.
I get you. And I can say but effort ke yona e go fang position le gore o mo kae, right? Societally we men, not like women, we men are preordained to be providers and all those things again. And with that comes the expectations. I get to be the one who's dominant and all of that. Rightfully so. I mean, a lot of things suggest that as men and women we can never be equal.
Yes.
Again.
Yes.
So I don't think the conversation of equality should be something we should in a relationship endorse that much. The reason being that with your feminine structure as a woman, there are things you bring that I can bring as a man. Again, with my masculine structure as a man, the same thing goes. So I don't think the conversation of equality should necessarily come to play. We should just be us and carry each other. Yeah, that's just how I see it.
Yeah. So Braje, I forget my question.
No, are you married?
I'm not
Equality.
Oh, okay.
Issues.
Okay.
Yeah, but I was talking about it.
So for me, equality is non-negotiable in a relationship. So we will never be equal to women.
And they'll never be equal to us as well.
They will never be equal.
They must know. You must know.
So you spoke about responsibility in a relationship.
Yes.
So that takes us straight to the question of equality. So men are leaders by nature. So women are helpers.
Yes.
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 So that is how it is. No matter what. No, whether the woman has more money than the man, she must never try to be the leader because the relationship will not work. So if she has the money, she must just allow the men to lead. Although she can control, women are very good in controlling.
Yes.
Yes, they do. She can control the money, but the man must still lead. Because if you give your woman that power to lead you, your relationship is not gonna work. Because women, I don't want to say this, but I have to say it. Basadi ba like naturally ba submissive.
Yes.
So if she has to take the lead, she's going to submit somewhere, and then you are going to be forced to submit there because she is leading. You understand? So what it's going to take you under her wings. She has to be under you.
Yes.
Relationship.
Exactly.
And ba felletse ba out of structure ka mgono no mokgwa go nyatsila mokgwa go ba le go boraro ka relationship.
So ge o ka dumelela mosadi a leader in the relationship, mosadi o thoma go nyatsa, mosadi like the relationship eba ya tlhaka-tlhakana.
Yeah.
Understand? Relationship ya tlhaka-tlhakana because basadi, they are not leaders by nature. They are not leaders. I understand?
Yeah.
So for me, it's that.
There are these masculine women by Loring. Most of the time you find already. And most of the time you find that such women, they are women of power. They're doing well in life.
They
have a good job, financially doing well. And then at the same time, those women, because kalabaka la gore yena le monna wa ba status in saga baka squad, they date lower.
Oh,
you understand? Yes, they date. For example, if she has money, lots of money, it's not likely that the relationship between a rich woman and a rich man will work out.
Yeah.
Because now it's over power struggle now.
Yeah, clashes
you can't
of
tell
egos.
me anything, I have my own things and what.
I don't need you.
And at the same time, a man like Bradiv has said, a man will expect our Musadi to be submissive. But the issue is, Basadi, Babana, the question is submissive. But basically when we say women should be submissive, we're basically just simply saying allow the man to be a leader, allow the man to be a man in the relationship, not necessarily to say fetoga yes women or slaves or anything like that.
No, you still have the platform to say your mind, to share ideas. That is why I said women are very good organizers
and planners as well.
Yes, they organize and then they organize you to become the leader that you have to be.
You know, if you get the right woman as a man, via straight.
So but relationship. So what understand that our tlhogo is not working. You die.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think women should realize power in that. Without them, a man is not really fully a man. But they see it the other way around. They want to be the head and the neck at the same time, which logically doesn't make sense.
Do you guys know that Honale's theory, I don't know if it's a theory, but something that I observed, women upgrade men.
Yes.
A lot. In the sense,
build us.
If for example, BK, you are this man lowering generally you're not a desirable man. You're not that good looking. You don't dress so well. You're not really. You're not really.
No, I
can't wait. But I'm trying to say that if a less desirable guy lends a woman of power, automatically that man becomes a desirable man. Because what's the question, especially from women, greed. Yes, jealous. That beautiful woman, powerful. Special guy. It's either on a charity somewhere or somewhere. So yes, so women would go and want to explore or powerful I end up alina. That's all I coach out some little Musayo, Omubots, Tlapung, BK, Omucha Walena Tlapung somewhere, Alabots, when no that's not toilet about Batame.
Oh, yeah.
Our like number.
Yeah.
Curious, but
what's with this guy that made him get that?
I think the way we learn about them being naturally jealous of some sort.
They just want to go and get it.
Yeah.
But they want to good girl snatcher. Notice how when you're single BK, no one sees you.
That's why you go singing.
Kidoror, notice how when you are single, it's like no one sees you.
Yeah.
But the moment you start to get into a relationship, especially Shiva. It's like
they start throwing themselves.
How come?
Why want to do it actually exists. If you were to date a woman, right, and treat her well, however well can be expressed, do these things women like for her, chances are that she would genuinely talk about you to her friends. Like my man does this.
Yes.
And what she fails to understand, Corey, it might trigger envious desires to her man.
Let's talk about this 50-50 issue. Does it exist? Can it exist? Is it possible? This 50-50 issue. Talk about 50-50 in terms of money, whatever.
50-50 is not working.
Yeah.
It's not working. Like for example, Kamivereko, Ukeria or Bari, Mosadi, Kiena, Ali Lidang, because Bari give 50-50. Let's say maybe you go for an interview, your manager, then Uina Musadi. Ukeria Ori, there are certain things that she cannot do. She will require a man to come and do those for her. Mara ilidi role the manager. So the 50-50 now for me it's not working. It does not exist.
Very, very true. Very true.
Yeah,
not working.
Yeah, you're not in a 50-50. It's not practically possible. Hence, I've said, I feel like I would see Richard needing, but especially young adult Jabasadi. Baleka, this self-awareness thing in them. Abakushishi how powerful they are. In fact, if anything, but the loud minorities, the social media, they were about how to be women relationship, how we men are agents of the devil. We don't deserve them and all of that. And I feel like the one point they are missing out about teenager, is that by that value of being a woman. The more you listen to these things on social media about what men do or don't do, you're actually going deeper into right? That role you have to play, that feminine role you have to play as a woman, why loser? You lose the value of being a woman, why loser? Until you become someone who
Yeah.
Generally women have available ge ba sa gola ba sa tswa matlhalagading to ba ba sa jang one someone you can marry, right? Then as they grow and ba thoma go phela maphelo ana ba phelang ka go se be containable, then o thoma go bona right man no okay ka monyatsila.
No, but I think 50-50 Brady BK. We have different different perceptions about the issue of 50-50. But misconception just that the misconception 50-50 people think that 50-50 is supposed to make us equals. I got political equality and the consensus we had from that was that equality can never be possible in a relationship. But the misconception when we implement 50-50 current relationship, we think that it's meant to make us equals. Notice how if a man who is rich marries a woman who's fairly rich, that man will do less, hold back to things that are supposed to be his responsibility. And then expecting that, give me better I shouldn't be doing those things. You understand? But the purpose of 50-50 is progressive. Obviously, if we talk 50-50 relationship, financially so, ke fana ka 10% ya salary ya ka mosadi ya fana ka 10% ya salary ya. But ilebelle ka mgo a ke no go gola 25,000 per month, mosadi o gola 10,000 per month. Automatically it's not fair. 10% ya 10,000 ke boka 1,000.
Yeah.
It's not fair on her because already ki chunk e golo from her pocket, whereas 10% at 25,000 one night nga see fee. You understand? So but the element of 50-50 it over I be gonna to just make us progressive in a relationship, but not so that we become equals. Re mosadi a palela go fulfill the responsibility financial. The man must be there to assist, to help, to fill those boots. Yeah. I don't know if we can still call it 50-50, but I be gonna reach 50-50, but knowing that I am there for her whenever she falls short.
Yeah, I think we need to find a proper label for it. Because already the 50-50 label in so many controversies around it.
It's only that now go feel example of the financial side. But are you sure on the sexual side? Society tells us that but push up for 50-50 so much that by creating a misconception. For example, society would tell you that basadi banyaga sex as much as men do. Essentially, what you basadi they don't really want sex.
No.
They just want to be intimate. To be intimate meaning they want to kiss, cuddle, not necessarily do intercourse. But Reina relevant because you think our monarchisana biangra sijan. You understand? So every time Musai Kanya go Katla Luena, your own popular affair, send you an away local. Why what? So the issue 50-50, it's like I'm a why what? But Aris.
I feel like there's a huge conversation we should tackle. 50-50. If 50-50 sounded like your opinion matters equally as mine matters, that would be very, very progressive. But now it's just something altogether. I think feminism is spice.
No, I've already societally influenced. Across society 50-50. Egincha 1,000. But the certain things still Musali akasi provide as much as a man. Re-implement but are implement or progress. Not lega because that can never be possible.
It's impossible.
Don't overfeel it, man. So can we move on?
Yes.
Can we move on?
Yeah. No, sorry for we overfeel.
What happens if a man Bradik doesn't get sex? What happens?
I feel like it's a deprive you what you feel like it's your
The
need.
question becomes how and where.
Doesn't get sex.
Like you just
Yeah, it does.
you decide that you don't.
Don't
have
decide it.
sex. No.
Mm-mm.
I'm
He
married
doesn't
to-
have access to.
I'm married to this woman. She doesn't give me sex.
Even that falls into it.
Well,
That's my question.
I think
What
we have, to
happens-
we have to break it down. But
No.
single.
It doesn't need breaking down. What happens if a men should get sex, right?
Yeah.
What happens when they don't get it?
O swara ke
They get weak.
Weakness.
They get weak.
Mhm.
they do. Abe bana sala ka celebrate nyana kunya kungwe telele gudu.
Can a man celibate, guys? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Not getting sex means what? Remember, BK, we are created by nature to always be ready to reproduce.
Yeah.
You
Hence
understand?
we
Which means the longer you take without getting it, each man, the bag is full.
Why the dreams?
Hey,
Yeah.
what do you do? What happens?
Let me just
Think
jump
about
in.
it on a broader scale, not only to men who are in a relationship or men who are supposed to be in a relationship. Don't think of it as decent men. Don't
Yeah.
think about it. Oh,
Just be a
generally,
frank.
male, if a male person doesn't get sex, what would we have to deal with as a society?
I believe in what I label as sexual frustration. We are more likely to produce banna ba go se die tsona in the absence of sex. Banna ba go kwata, banna ba go itiana. Banna ba go se kgone go shumisha rationality in conversations. Monna star wa go tlhoka mosadi wa go phela eno jwala mola. If you happen to get into any altercations with him or mo gata ka phosho, o tlo react very, very, very high. Very, very, very aggressively because of the absence of sex.
Yeah.
Because the process of coming, ne, it's literally, I can't literally creative as well, but it's the process of coming down. Like we shall matswalo fase. O fetjara we shite matswalo fase. So the process coming, releasing is very important. Ejaculation is very important. Be it self-made or in the presence of the other person, it's very important.
But what? Okay, it's fine. Irki.
If you know he monna asa kiri sa o kiria. Eba taba ya gore dilo tse re faceanang le tsona, they get weak. And then gora gore for them eba possible go dira ntho nngwe le nngwe. That is why re feleletsa re experience di rape.
Yes.
Re feleletsa re ba le batho ba catch HIV
Yes.
and AIDS.
Yes.
Dilo tsa mohuto we, because this person is weak. Like anything ye tlang which will help him fulfill the desire. It's possible. Like if a girl comes now, let me give you. You go. You're not even gonna think I have to condomize what. No, you are.
Understand.
Fuck it
So
out.
those
On
are
way from resort.
the things
fuck
that
it
we. That is why at the end of the day, utlakeria le straight guys, ba data or ba have sexily gay people. Isika taba ya or unyaka chelete or stuff like that. It's because this person is hungry. He
Ejaculation.
just wants to fulfill that
Be
thing.
relieved.
I understand. So if you check, you will see okay, these guys by long or check or these people by long or lead the stories around sex. It's you will definitely find out or they don't have girlfriends, they are not in a relationship, or if they are in a relationship, they have complications in their relationships and stuff. So if a man does not get it, like they get frustrated.
Breeder aggression. Anger. Then we would have to deal with rape crimes.
Yeah.
So Mara, I think it's all in the mind. If you decide that I am not going to have sex, I'm going to stay, like I'm not gonna have a relationship. I'm not gonna be intimate at all. You can control it.
Monkish vibes.
It can be controlled.
Do we think on that breath? Do you think that the period of time at which you have sex with your partner for the first time, does it contribute to how long the relationship will last?
Sometimes it does.
Mm.
Sometimes it does, depending on the level of affection
Yes.
you have for each other.
Mm.
Because now, if let's say maybe I took this long time without sex, obviously when I go to that, I'm going to come early, quickly. Yeah, it's going
Should we advise people to stay away from having sex quicker
No, we cannot do
into
that.
the relationship?
It takes us back to the concept of communication. Because now, if I happen to be quickly, as I am stating, we must have the second round, and that one will prove that no, I'm not an early ejaculator or whatever.
But will we not have to, BK, at the end of the day, will we not have to deal with, because remember, sometimes when I confuse, I love this person, re-confuse le ke a mo duma. Get it? Una ye o kira adrenaline she go mona pelo e beta fast. You confuse that for love, whereas it's just lust. Lord ke a mo duma. But do you not think that when we advise people against having sex soon, it will help to avoid the confusion of love and lust? Because in most cases you find that we go on a first date, we have sex on that particular first date. Because remember, hey, it is possible.
Yeah, it is very
Soon as this guy has sex with you as a female, soon as the guy has sex with you, he got what he wanted. Dopamine, we agree. Dopamine is just about fulfilling that desire, getting to that goal, and as soon as you get that goal, dopamine goes back. Get relaxed. It's like the feeling you get after ejaculation. Again, you feel like I despise this person. But do you not think Warranto we are contributor to why relationships don't last longer, especially after they had sex for the first time and it was within a short period of time into the relationship?
Okay. It takes us back to what I said, or dates are very important, because once you go on a date with this person, you get to know them better. So you will definitely know, okay, what I had for her was just lust. And with no man, this person, I cannot spend nako le yena.
Yes.
So mara nka se mo tlogele.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes.
So nka se mo tlogele gore I have to hit.
Yes. Now, you saying that, it takes me back to a concept I came across during the week when I was trying to just consume knowledge. I do that quite often. A saying that says there's a dog in every man. There's a dog in every man. I know people are going to have me for this, but someone said there's a dog in every man. A dog is chasing the next bone after the other. After getting this bone, he wants the next bone.
That is true.
Quicker. So how do we fight? How do we help men to fight that dog inside, to stop chasing the next bone? After chewing on this one, you want to chew on the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. How do we? Because you said after sitting on a date with a person, you realize that this is not the ideal woman in terms of how she communicates things. Again, in terms of her thinking pattern, it's not a person I want to stick around. But it's definitely a smash.
Smash and pass.
Yeah.
Hey man, it's quite a tricky one. It's quite a tricky one because just to go back a bit, the sooner I hit, the sooner I realize, well, she's not the one. But also, the more time I spend with her, the more I get to love her. So it's not really a straightforward thing to just sit from afar and decide, or this is how I'm gonna go about it. I might be a smasher with intent. I get.
Hold it there, yes. Hold it there.
Okay.
Ke be ke sa lana mo wena bra Dave gore we arabile botse BK aga. So ke be ke tla go wena bra Dave to say kind of what was my
There is a dog in every.
yes. So how do we help Meroba to remember now fight this dog inside as much as you can, because failure to do so, we are as much dogs as women label us to be.
Yeah, this the concept or the context. Yeah, there's a dog in every man. It's true. It's true. There's a dog in every man.
Yes.
But
Yes.
there is this thing. Yeah, or now I'm going to say, dogs can be trained. So you train your dog to not eat the bones.
Yes.
So there are dogs they don't eat bones. You
Yes.
give it a bone, you throw a bone at it, it doesn't eat it because you give it dog.
It was trained.
It was trained to
Yeah.
eat only
Jadi dog mon.
Yeah, I
Makes a
understand.
lot of sense.
So there's someone I read somewhere. It said action is a recipe for radical success.
Yes.
So I'm going to say, in order for us as men to fight against this, we have to act against it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
question
Go,
is,
go. Go.
how do we act against that? So rather we have to set our mind to being faithful.
Only focus on the right
Focus
things.
on what? Yeah, focus on what's building you.
Yeah.
Focus on what's making you the man that you know yourself to be.
A desirable man.
To make you a better person.
Yes. So, desirable men, men like me.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So how do we? Because there's one let's struggle more banning being desirable to many women.
Yeah.
Like I would say, an ideal man, a man who's
Well off financially, one.
financially,
One level
unale the morals, unale mekgwa and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Those men ba attract basadi ba bantši. So how do we help this man, or how do we limit temptations to this particular man ba e leng gore organically basadi ba no itlela?
Yeah.
So re ba thusha jwang to stay away from these temptations gore le bona ba be progressive.
I think also in your circle, it's important to nyaka batho ba lore they see the same thing. Tabeng ya go container, tabeng ya go restrict. If you are you and I am me, now I'm into women, I'm into all these things, I'm into the streets.
Yeah.
And when I'm committed, it's best frequent communication if let's communicate when it's absolutely necessary, because we are not in the same line, we are not looking at the same thing. Yes, we are friends, sharp, no problem. We'll meet Rajanama that 1 hour, 2 hours, then I go back to my life as we know it. That's no go tlhanogela.
Yes.
Vokadieta.
And young wishy Bradif, let's not forget, while we are, what is this? Okay. Hey. Inhliziyo yami. I've heard your mic.
There's no sound.
Inhliziyo yami.
Sebenzile abafana.
Yeah, man.
So I was saying, Bradim, while we think about this question that I posed to you, let's not forget that this desirable men BK, it's a given. They don't believe in monogamy. All good-looking guys that most women are after, they don't believe in monogamy.
Yeah.
They because banally exposure to every woman they want.
Yeah.
They believe that
I'm up for grabs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Rebatusha Yang to stay away from these temptations and set them on the right path. BK has highlighted some important points there to say the influence again. So I think he's trying to say let's eliminate the influence here by being on that path. And also are removing the temptation here. Limita mo monno a phelang gona. Ra muncha le batho ba right. and then utlaba. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, basically, I'm an example.
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. For me, I'm going to have to say energy grows where energy goes. So if you
read a lot, ne?
I
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
read.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, he sounds like a well-read.
I read a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah.
So if you put your energy on something, it's gonna flow there. So now I'm going to advise them to identify what triggers them.
Yes.
Yes, they have to identify their triggers, the things that most likely make them to give into temptations.
Yes.
So you have to identify that. So once you identify the problem, you will be able to take action. Like I said, action is a recipe for radical success.
Yes.
You take action, and then once you started taking action, you will be able to resolve the issues. And then number 2, you set boundaries for yourself. Decide what you are willing to do and what you are not.
So just to make a follow-up there.
But I'm worried.
Yeah.
I'm worried. And I don't need to offer him.
Okay.
Because what Brad Davis say makes so much sense to the brain. But if you put the brain to the ground, it's more likely to.
It's not practical.
Yeah, it's not so practical. I mean.
But Angelo BK, we're trying to. I'm sure that a man who's I almost mentioned someone's name. Let me just say, for example,
Yeah.
the way he looks.
Yeah.
That guy is literally a chick magnet.
Yeah. Women just look at him and like.
Not women, girls.
Oh, okay. Oh, nigga know what
But
categories.
attractor,
Oh, baby nyana.
attractor, stock, attractor stock.
Yeah.
Waban.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about men like that. I would say desirable to that particular age group.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And to him, you can I have exposure to these people.
Yeah.
But we want to help him, even though it might not sound practical. But if who realize our problem, I can't handle the exposure I have to women because they just come to me and email risking yamalweji, email risking your risk the finances, email risking your father you understand?
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have to theorize, find ways that we can help him with that will put him on the right path to avoid temptations. Like Brad Dave said, identify triggers. Maybe to legitimate trigger Illuminati. Then he knows I don't see many of these people.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So resolve the problem.
Okay. No, I think we should just acknowledge the effort we are taking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think I even answered. I wanted to make a follow-up question to say what could be examples of these triggers, but I think I've answered it myself.
You did.
Yeah. Which is a very.
Really,
For example.
Obviously, that's where he finds a lot of girls who are throwing themselves
At him.
Yeah. So if he does that, then that is what I'm talking about.
And then
I just
still not practical.
No. I'm remembering status Zagao. And actually.
I don't do that. It's not him.
Okay. Alright. No,
Hey,
for those who are
the
wondering.
person who said they fucked someone last night, it was BK.
When I was at home, fucking hell.
It
I
was
was at home.
BK. Don't cockage.
I was at home. But yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And then let me make a follow-up on this one, Brady. Yeah, the boundaries. What is it that I can limit myself? As an example, what kind of boundaries can I set that would also help me to find or fight these temptations?
Okay, the boundaries. It's in that case more. Example,
Yes. Exactly. Good example.
If you're trying to save money, you might decide that you are only going to eat out once a week.
Yeah.
Sticking to your boundaries will help you resist temptations
Yeah.
when it strikes.
Yes. How can it makes sense. Just the agar nagi sigamedichikam.
Yeah.
Still makes sense
It
because
does.
temptations are, you know, it's like I'm again.
The more out you are,
Yeah.
the more they see.
Yeah.
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 But also Bakalabe, I could say our friend Paul. There are certain things tailoring century arrangeable like these things. I for one spending most of my teenhood in the streets. Bophelo baka ke constructed a lot in the streets. Friends starting, they don't come to my place. I hardly go to their place. All these places are full of these people where they can avoid. And for me, I'm gonna reserve myself. I'm gonna create boundaries. These things.
Yes.
What it means is and I can't
Yeah.
I don't know what to do.
But BK, if you are a person who sets themselves on a journey to changing the type of person you are, and you genuinely want to change, you need discipline while you are in the process.
Exactly.
You need discipline.
Yeah.
In fact, I chose not to go to those places anymore, and my fellow can go from now on. That's lack of discipline.
So Moki, I wrote, distract yourself.
Yes. Keep yourself distracted.
If you find yourself feeling tempted, try to distract yourself with something else.
More work, man. Yeah.
So
Hey,
if
are you a desirable man?
Hey, Mogalabe. Erge tolele, man. Erge tolele. You know. Yeah.
So now you have to be willing. You have to be willing to go through this journey.
Yeah.
If your goal is to go and get the top of the mountain, you have to be willing to go on top of the mountain. So re a tseba gore when you go ba rutile ge re be re le ba banyane gore thaba o inamele straight. So ho namela thaba o tsamaye o kry-a a groove maybe somewhere ko pele. Are you going to go back because ho na le groove and I want to go on top of the mountain? Do you go back hi, this groove it's too much, I cannot go. I understand gore in dira gore ke arabe ela ya BK ya gore ka baka la gore di places che ke yang go tsona no but I cannot stay at home, like I grew in the streets and so gore if you find a lake in a way to the top of the mountain, or you have to go around the lake so that you can cross to get the prize that your eyes are on.
It's just the same as David. It's just the same as, for example, before you start working out, BK, if you were a person who always wanted to achieve this fitness goal, again, at first you are probably belong with that group of people. It's too difficult, I can't get the results, difficult. But as soon as you achieve those results, that body that you always wanted, your mindset starts to change because you realize it was actually easy. Because you set yourself at a path to reach that goal. You reached it. So all of a sudden, those mabakanyana achieve that goal has a make sense. You understand? So sometimes you just need to set yourself on a journey and always put yourself ready to accept and go around the obstacles in as much as you can.
Circumvent the obstacles.
Exactly.
So Nakari, my life is a physical manifestation of what goes on in my head.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes.
So if you decide, if you want to change your life, you have to start here.
Yeah.
In your mind. Okay, now go focus on the temptations. These girls, yes, they are throwing themselves at me. But how do I stop them? Or how do I avoid being tempted by them? Why understand? So Mina, I am a public speaker, so I'm always exposed to these things. You know, girls, I should I say they are weak.
Same.
They are weak because now they see you.
Not me.
As, they see you as a prominent person.
Yeah.
They're already throwing themselves at you. No matter no matter how ugly or how you look, they don't care. They throw themselves at you.
Yeah.
So you need discipline.
Yeah.
You have to discipline yourself. You have to be willing to not give in.
Yes.
Because you must have goals. Or okay, these girls are throwing themselves at me. So now if they are doing that, where am I going to end? What are my life plans? Where do I wanna be in a certain period of time? So you can say it by a calendar date, or in 2025 by August 27, I want to get married.
Engaged, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So if I go on like this, I continue falling for these temptations. On that date, I will not be able to do what I want to do, because obviously nga sebeki le motho o mo right.
Yes.
Because right, I continue with these girls, she finds out, we break up, I find another one, and what happens? Time goes
out
on.
And then
exactly, time goes on, and then red date we put it on, I'm getting married on this day. Then where are you?
Digolo
tsa di shale go tla yela ya gore o ba le pressure ya gore na bophelo bo dira jwang ning ba re
you make rash decisions.
O committee suicide because o bile le di financial constraints, and then a palela go achieve 1 2 3 jwale o re family modi a ingeng o jwale o shetse anyaka di things to blame people for. Mola ile gore you are the one to blame for what? For not being disciplined about the problem that you knew but never took action against.
Makes a lot of sense.
I think as men we should start go lebelela taba ya go nyakiwa ka a high scale as a compliment rather than something that triggers you to act. I am who I think I am if these girls want me. Mara, let them not get closer to me.
In our puberty stage, go jola in primary. That thing if a girl throws herself at you, you don't fall in.
Yes.
Why? Or weak. Exactly. That's how we believe. So I think that is what we have to do as well now. Why wanyana at throw at me? Yes, I know I'm handsome. I know I'm attractive. I know I want them. I want many girls as possible.
Yes.
Because kinaka obeta Mpho 1 2 3 1 understand. So Mara, it's important to, should I say, respect yourself. It can be that you have to respect. You must have some dignity. Okay, yes, they are throwing themselves at me. Yeah, I can smash, but what are my goals? What is right? What is wrong?
From just giving into this temptation.
Exactly.
I think also re suffer from possibly the role model in as far as that is concerned. You look at someone who's an accountant around here, someone who's a teacher, a lawyer, or what. All they do is by engaging to this bad lifestyles, like drunkards, they fuck around. A young boy or idolize or buy an accountant, or when an accountant who fuck around, nice car, women like him and all of that. So Manola Lena, the reality I wanna be successful so that I can do this and do this and do this.
So I told you a story of mine that this girl broke up with me because I come from a poor background.
Yes.
That time I got angry. Like, why me? Why is it happening
come?
to
Yeah.
me? Because now in school I've always been bright. Like teachers loved me. Everybody, like like everybody wanted to be me. Exactly.
Yeah.
So why this girl? Why these girls bangana kabakala family background? I got angry.
Which is not your fault at the same time.
And I told myself that these girls,
Yeah.
as I grew up, you know, when you mature, you learn things differently. Oh yeah, until like
It's not necessary.
It's not worth it.
And even those people are no longer worth it. When you look at them,
exactly. So now,
downgrade.
ke boledisha ke re Bokang are go lebelela di professionals around here ba dira dilo tsa go tswa tsileng. It's because
Feel that void.
Yeah, it took me back there because I remember or I got angry and got put out and but I didn't do that. I didn't do it because now, you know, as you grow, your goals changes. Yeah,
priorities change.
Exactly.
So you make go go ibutisha shi itso shaki tshedimo ditaba tse o di bolelang ga motho say you find that again, we're still talking about men that are just desirable and they have, you know, all these desirable characteristics. But how does it happen that there's this guy who's in a relationship, is serious, but he still has other sexual experiences with other women outside? And then at the same time, they still manage to maintain their long-term relationship even longer. There are men like that. Having sexual relationships outside of their marriage, but at the same time they still manage to, you know, maintain that long-term relationship.
What's about Nangari? But I have friends who are married.
Not marriage per se,
but sustainable long-term. I get you. Some they go for women who have a lot to lose.
Yeah.
Right? Women who understands the importance of secrecy at that particular time. Again, it could be that the woman also had the same situation as the man. So that way, but what's at stake? We just happen to satisfy each other sexually. The satisfaction is what we don't get in our stable relationships, where we have placed our hearts. We don't get that satisfaction. But you and I, perhaps we've been in a relationship prior to Kanzwale. I know your capabilities in bed. I know this and that. So that I think that's how they get to balance that. But they get to be a good preference for that particular situation.
Yeah. So do you not think it goes back to the issue of, I think you were mentioning it there without you knowing, the issue of value attached to the person that you have been in a long-term relationship with? You love this person genuinely. The love that you have for this person has moved from eros to agape, and it's now, you know, part of both.
Yeah.
You love them romantically and you love them godly, and at the same time you've invested so much into the relationship. It's also for the sake of Vana.
You know.
So do you not think it also goes back to
it does. It does.
Value has built over time into this relationship, but at the same time, I'm still struggling as a man to find sexual satisfactions within this long-term relationship.
Yeah.
So I just have to go out and pick it a bit, come back here, just so that the candle can keep burning.
Yeah, I think it happens a lot. It's just that an element of just that now. Just now it's unfortunate but it's not something yellow we can really paint it as a taboo. As long as you are a family man who does right by your family, I won't come all at
the same time, BK, that especially at some point Ramsali feel a certain age, brother Dave. Musadi una lo nye feature. Tlogele di effort. wait up,
A ka se lape.
wait up, you understand?
O ke tlhobogile gabotse.
You understand? So she stops doing things steady enticing desires jamonna in bed. You understand? Which are some of the contributors to why a man, 40 years, 50 years would run outside. I adopt ngwanana nyana go ka ga ya dule fase a Paul. You understand? Some of these times it's that mosadi ka kwa ga yo do apara khiba, always wants to sleep.
Yeah,
Stuff
yeah.
like that.
Ga mkhoma re nna ke lapile wena
Yeah,
ke busy. Yeah, these things are there.
So I read somewhere someday, or we have 3 types of relationships.
Yeah.
So Barry, it's a lifelong relationship,
Yeah.
life-giving relationship, and purpose-filled relationships. So more yeki, that one you are talking about, it's life-giving relationships. So you are married, you go outside. As you are stating this point, Yaori, Munna, what am I at 2000? It's life-giving.
Yeah.
What they do, according to the writer here, Uri, these are those short-term romances that put a spark in your step and remind you why you are alive.
Yeah.
Uri, they breathe new breath into you by helping you feel attractive, lovable, fun, whatever it may be. Life-giving relationships are usually short-term. You don't attach strings, like you just go.
Yeah.
More in come
And
back.
then you just remember or
Mainly transactional.
Yeah. Money and sex.
So as you said, Ori, basadi ka ga e ba nye fish.
Yeah.
O kry-a ora gore monno o feleletša a fitlhelela ke go lapisha ke gore mara mosadi a ka
Topela ke e
banna.
kgopela.
O like tšatši le ke nyaka o tlhapa tšatši le ke nyaka go smasha o ti tlhokomela ge ke e gona fela.
And now
stuff like that.
sex has
Timetable.
timetable.
Why you want stuff like that.
Then
So
that
they
for me,
do that
logic.
because of that. So Mara, for me, it's that they lack communication in their relationships. Because now, if your woman begins to do that, you have to tell her, so please,
Let's maintain.
let's
that.
maintain that.
It takes us
That
back
is
to
what I want.
the issue of takes us back to the issue of the needs, the expectation, lower the roles ya motho ke nkara relationship.
Exactly,
Because
exactly.
failure to explain to my person gore ke monyaka le byang le ena a feel go ntlhalosetsa gore o nnyaka ke le byang it go reflect to a point where we are just
La
taking
lapishana.
woman. And at the same time I still think gore ke ntwela ya gore we are too quick to become serious in a relationship. Soon as ke mojola 3 months 6 months ke mosadi ya ka motho the fun is out. Ke am respect habya akisa mnyaka ka dogi bya
Akisa motho ka ebile.
ke mnyaka ka missionary
They
fan.
are complacent.
Exactly. But
Yeah, that's the word.
and re shapuka yona because ke ipotsa gore I can't do these things le mosadi ya ka ka moggo mo tlhompang ka gore
Yeah.
jo ke ta di diala bo makhwapeng kan
Yeah.
the fact is that she needs those things for the relationship to thrive.
But do you think 45-year-olds ba sa choka na ba ntse ba?
How about choka? I can't remember choka.
Ba maspenke.
Yeah, let them do that.
In fact, I once heard somewhere that the older women get, the more their inner
Yes.
creature is nicer.
Mm.
Yeah. So married men and all of that, ba tlogela gore ba kisha mo tseleng, ba dule ko ntlong, ba tšetša bona. Or to ba jela.
And ke boletse gale bra David nna ke boletse gale this issue I said ke ya motho e leng gore you are fairly within the same age group. Gore lebelela age gap e le gore ni tlo go khotsofatsa in as much as when you grow old, when you are 50 maybe she's 40 45 when you are 60 she's 50 55 gore a ska napa gola o le kana lo ena o feta jiki to bo shi tuki timela kwa morao so ke be ke re tšea motho wa gago o ke tšofaletse yena le be shapole le ba babedi wa bona because re ba le mathata. But thank you so much for coming here, man. Time is no longer on our side, so
Yeah, it's been a very
unfortunately-
insightful episode.
yeah, it's been a very, very fruitful episode, man. I'm hoping that next time we have a second part.
Yeah, he is definitely the brother to our podcast.
So officially, whenever you want to come, just reach out to me. Check if there's a slot you can come.
Okay, thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate I appreciate the fact that you hosted me today, and it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
And this has been the Counsel with me, Mpho, McFul, and Bokang fucking BK. Hey man, these people never challenge me like Brad Dave did.
Yeah. He's a speaker.
I get to speak as much as I want. Today I got to listen at least.
He's well read.
Things that
to me.
Stuff that I say I told myself I'm going to say, he said them all.
Yeah.
That's it. So thank you so much for tuning in, and don't forget to press that like, share, and subscribe button. Thank you so much, man. We're out of here. The Counsel with me, McFul.
It's fine, maybe English. How can you?